Ready to talk about India?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk.
big
Let's talk
place,
about
lot to see. We'll see. A
it.
lot going on. 17-day tour package. Is that what you have?
17-day tour package. That's right.
It's a monster. But if you can go that far, I
It
might as well stay.
is.
Right?
Well, so they got a triangle tour, the Golden Triangle, it's called, where it's just Rajasthan. It's a certain region of India, which includes the Taj Mahal and Delhi and a couple of other places. That is the classic tour that companies
Mhm.
do. It's rare that you get one tour package that has both the north and south
We were
of
just
India.
observing that. Yeah, you cover a lot of
Yeah,
ground.
so yeah,
Yeah.
and people come back to me, they're like, "Oh my God, we found a company that's covering both sides." But
Yes.
that's kind of what makes us us.
Yeah,
We
you get only
always,
one or the other, right?
yeah, we boast that we're the most comprehensive, and that's something that
Very
that makes us
unique.
different
Yeah, that
from
stood out
everybody
to us
else.
as we
It's
were looking over.
Yeah, I was like map
yeah,
questing it. I was like, whoa, okay. Because you people only correlate India with the Sikh and the Muslim and but there's Catholics in the South and people don't realize that too. So there's different
Yeah,
and the Portuguese flavor and it's not just British.
and Jainism too. So
Yes.
much real
in Goa, you have the Portuguese influence, and you'll
right.
have like a Catholic church near this town called Kochi. And I'm going to tell you a funny story about Kochi in a little bit, but um, but Muslim is the second. Islam, the primary is the Hindu, the
Hindu,
Hindi.
yes.
Sure.
Yeah, that is the. But yeah, you're going to find all the religions in India, and it's from the 100 countries I have visited right now. Nepal was my 100th country. The most traditional country I've ever been to in my life is India by far.
Wow.
I mean, you
Huh.
even places I've been to in Africa, you can still see the roots of their traditions are there, but they've changed in so many other ways where you kind of get a little bit of YouTube and Instagram
Hmm.
and things that they've done for hundreds of years, and it's all just next to each other in so many parts of the world. Um, Morocco, I've seen the same. India is one of the most authentic
Hmm.
places I've been to, and one of the most traditional places I've ever been to.
Huh. Okay.
So,
Amazing.
and it's something
You got
important
a
about
long,
India.
rich history.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to kind of acknowledge the elephant in the room, India is not one of the cleanest countries.
Yeah.
You
Right.
may have heard of the Delhi Belly, um, and there's poverty there.
Sure.
Like I remember when I was parking when I was at a stop with my driver died. Like they're just like literally knocking on the door and they got their face to the window kind of thing. So there are the disadvantages and some of the poverty and whatnot. Um, but there's good news to this as well. Um, we get you in a bubble when you go on our India tour. I mean, you're in a bubble here, and you really don't feel much of it at all. Um, if you're at a stoplight, yeah, you're going to see some of that kind of stuff. And otherwise, when you go into the airports,
Hmm.
you're going to get a little bit of that, because we don't have full control anymore when you're inside the airport for domestic flight. But aside from those things, we're pretty good at keeping you away from all of that drama.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
you're not you're not dealing with people on the street. You're not
Okay.
doing business with taxi drivers. You're not, and even if some of these guys approach you, our guys, um, keep you away from all this kind of stuff. So you've got your personal tour guides, you got your personal drivers everywhere. You're staying at five-star hotels, which,
Hmm.
other than Dubai, the best hotels I've ever stayed after Dubai, India by far.
No kidding. Right.
Royalty,
Huh.
royalty,
Hmm.
royalty. I mean, this is stuff like if you're the king of England or something, these are the kind of places where they're dressed up and they open up the door for you and they take your luggage and they treat you like royalty. So when you're staying at these type of hotels, you're eating at the best restaurants in the country. You're protected at all time by your private tour guide and your private drivers, and we're only showing you the best of the best stuff. You're going to
Yeah.
have a good
Okay.
time. you
They're
know.
worry free. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There are some rules that we have that we're pretty strict on, you know, um, both on our tour guides as well as our customers. Um, the I don't want to say a lot of like policies or rules, but one thing that we're very insistent on is for our customers not to be eating or drinking anything from the street, period.
Yes.
You know, and if they do it, I
Danger
mean,
there,
it's not
right?
like we're gonna get, yeah, it's not like they're students in our classroom and we're gonna give them a bad grade or something. But we tell them very emphatically,
Well, for your own
like,
good.
yeah, we do not support it at all. So we take them to clean restaurants. We tell
Mm,
them exactly what time we take them for food. We have them bring their own bottles of water. We provide water in many cases.
right.
So just drink the
Okay.
bottled waters that we have,
No,
eat
that's
at the
good to know the
places
question that would come
that
up.
we tell you. Yeah. Yeah. And when it comes to that kind of safety, we've never had any customers complain about it and saying, hey, you guys are too this or that. But we're doing this for their own good. We don't want them
Yes.
to get food poisoning or anything like this. So as long as we do it um, in a very careful way, you have the time of your life. You really do.
Yeah. And we're fans of Indian cuisine.
Yeah,
So,
we love
yeah,
Indian
just
food.
gotta keep it safe. Yeah.
Now, the south of India and the food over there is very different. The south of India
Yeah.
is more culturally connected with Sri Lanka than it is north of India. So, in other words,
Huh.
southern India culturally feels more like Sri Lanka than South India feels like North India. Yeah, and
Huh.
Yeah.
the people look different too. It's interesting because maybe if you haven't been in that part of the world yet, like okay, they all kind of look the same, you know, like from Pakistan and India and Sri Lanka. I can tell the difference when they have a little bit of like a red tint to their skin.
Mm,
I can tell they're from southern India or from Sri Lanka. Like it's brown with a red little tint to it, and their
okay.
clothes are different, you know.
Huh.
And seeing what they eat more with their hands. So like the banana leaves and all that stuff,
Mhm.
that stuff comes from the south.
All right.
That's neat.
I noticed you have a
Yeah.
Sri Lanka tour too that you could even tack onto this one, huh? If you want to stay a little
Yeah,
longer.
yeah, and we do. So some people will do Nepal and India, some people do Sri Lanka and India. Other people don't have that much time. They just do India by itself.
Yeah.
But there's plenty to see. There's definitely plenty to see. We typically begin the tour in a place called Amritsar.
Right.
Amritsar. That is where you know those Indians with the that
Turbans.
oh Durbans. Yeah, there you go. It's from there. That
Ah,
the Sek people. That's what they're called, the Sek. Um, and that's very specific to that area over
yeah.
there. And one of the most beautiful temples I've seen in India
Oh, the
is
Golden
there.
Temple. Yeah.
The
It's
Golden
like
Temple. There you go. And you've seen
yeah,
photos where you've got like the Sek people and they're just like with their
beautiful.
legs crossed and looking at it. There's so many photos of that. You're starting your tour there. And the day of arrival, I mean, you probably have to get through Delhi to get there. We help people with airfare because it's not common sense to figure out how to start your tour in Amritsar. But the day that you get there, we're taking you there in the evening. So you see it nicely illuminated
Nice.
and you're watching so much. They're doing rituals over there
Hmm.
and you're seeing them with the flowers, you're seeing them carry stuff and you know, go right inside there to see what they're doing. It is a wonderful experience. It really
Yeah.
is.
Hmm. So,
Something that will surprise you though. I have never been to a country where people are so physically close to each other. Um,
hmm.
you
We
know,
Americans like our
China,
space. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, China, they're a little bit close. Nothing touches India. India, they are like literally, I mean, they are like this. They are completely
Sardines.
like, I have photos of this. If somebody ever says, Charlie, you're exaggerating, I have photos. And it's like two grown men completely glued together and they don't even know each other,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
awkward.
Like
Oh
having a
dear.
conversation?
No, they're waiting in line because they want
Oh,
to get to the
wow.
front of the Golden Temple.
Yeah.
So there's not a breather of room there. So, you know, but these are some of the
Yeah.
so these are some of the things to expect when you go to a place like India. Um, this actually happened to me as well. I was waiting to get to check in for a flight to Kochi, and I was in Delhi, and the guy behind me, he keeps getting closer to me, and he gets closer to me, and then it's like, okay, first time I don't say anything, second time I don't say. By the third time, I kind of like look at him like, come on, man, you know what I mean? And you say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry about that. And then fourth, and then by the seventh time, and I move up a little bit, and then he moves up again. I move up a little bit. By the seventh time, I got frustrated with him, and I said, look, if you want to spoon me, do it, have your fun, and then leave me alone. I mean, I just okay. I said, let's get it over with. Let's get it over with, and then let me be. Okay.
You could buy you a drink at least.
No. No, okay. So now it's my turn to approach the woman at the counter to put my luggage on the scale. And the same guy tries to get in front of me, to cut in front of me, to get to her first.
Now, the
And
queue is
I think because and because I mean, I have a child, my instinct was just like I grabbed him, like, and I said, back in the line. And I wasn't even looking at him, but just I think when you have a kid, you have that instinct of that kind of thing. And I told him, I said, don't even think about it. So Mr. Smart Charlie thought I had tackled the problem. And I approached this woman, this representative for the airlines. I put my luggage on the scale. I handed this individual my passport. And right away, here comes another guy and his wife trying to cut in front of me. I said, what are you doing? I said, what are you doing? "Oh, I got a flight to Kochi. You don't understand. I got to go." I said, I'm on that same flight to Kochi.
We all have a fight.
Okay. And I'm looking at him, arguing with him, and now comes a third person behind both of us to try to get on whatever flight he was on. So
Wow.
this is why I say we keep you in a bubble, but when it
Thank
comes to
you.
the
Yeah.
domestic airports and stuff like that, that's where we lose the control. Nothing bad's
Sure.
going to happen, but it's like you're going to deal with a little bit of this kind of stuff. But there's still lovable people, and there's things that you're going to see and experience over there that you're not going to see almost anywhere else. Even some of my tricks, they work everywhere. They don't work in India. So one of them, people say, Charlie, I say, Charlie, you got such beautiful photos. You go to all these countries, and how do you like take all these photos and you don't have people in the background? Because there's always like this one guy who's scratching his head or just
Sure.
not getting out of the way. So there's always that one guy, right? So the little trick that I've had up my sleeve all these years is I'll approach that guy and I'll say, "Hi." He said, "Hi. Can I have a photo with you?" Right? It almost seems creepy, right?
Yeah.
And what they'll always do is they'll go, "Oh God," and they kind of like tighten up and they'll walk away. Well, that's what I really wanted them to do, right? I wanted them to get out of the way so I can take my photo.
And how's this
Well,
going in India?
well, I went up.
Sure, my friend. Yeah.
Well, I went up to the guy, same thing. I said, "Hi." He just wouldn't get out of the way. And this was at the cathedral in Goa, where you're talking about the
Right.
European influence. So, I said, "Please, can I want a photo with you?" He said, hold on 1 second, just hold on. I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Family, there's a white guy who wants a photo. Come on." So,
Yeah, bring the whole family.
like the whole family comes over there to take pictures. I'm just like, yeah. But there's so much that you learn from India. You're going to get the same chaos like you get in any developing country where, the drivers on the road are cutting each other off. But here's the difference in India, right? So I've been to places like Egypt and Morocco. You cut somebody off and you kind of act like it's the other guy's fault. You kind of raise your voice a little bit and kind of, you kind of get mad. Well, here's the thing in India, they'll cut you off, and after they cut you off, they still smile and say, "Oh, have a nice day. Thank you very much." You know what I mean? So that is the trick.
What do they
Like
really mean?
you cut somebody off, and then you usually yell and make it. No, they're smiling at you, telling you to have a nice day. Like,
Okay.
so this is the kind of fun
Different
that you have in a
approach. Yeah, it's
country.
part of the fun of travel,
Oh
right?
yeah. it is, and I got to tell you, as beautiful as the place, we take you to forts, we take you to so many beautiful attractions. Still, one of my favorite aspects of being in India was actually being on the road. Usually, when I'm on 4 hour drives, I sleep or I'm working, one of the two. I got my laptop and I work. In India, it was like a 10-year-old playing a video game. So you don't want to do anything but just look on the road because there's
Yeah,
always
don't
something
miss
going
it.
on. There's like a camel in the middle of the freeway, or
Mm.
there's people hanging off the side of the road and you're passing by and they're all like waving to you. It's just like it's a movie. The whole thing's a movie. And
Yeah, don't miss it.
but there's no end to it. It's not like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Like the whole drive is just nonstop stuff happening out on the road. So,
Adventure. Huh?
and as long as you're in a good car, safe car with a
Mm.
good driver, it's fun. You know what I mean? Clean car. Um, so that's where you kind of just try to get the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? You're looking at
Sure.
these crazy cars and you just don't want to be in it. You want to look at it. You don't want to be sitting in it,
All
that
right.
that kind of thing. Yeah. So
The
back to
journey's part
Amritsar
of the
here.
fun, huh?
The what?
The journey's part of the fun. It's not just the destinations on the itinerary. It's
Exactly.
actual
It's not
travel
just
itself.
the destination, it's the journey. Yeah,
Mm.
that's exactly right. Um, that first night we take you to that golden temple that we were talking about, um, lit up, having fun. The next day we take you back there because now you're going to see one of the hugest kitchens I've seen anywhere on the planet. And
Oh,
this
all people would
kitchen,
be. Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of people,
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands, and everybody there is a volunteer.
Wow.
Everybody. And you've
Amazing.
got people downstairs that are cleaning the dishes. You got people, and we take the customers into the kitchen
Yeah.
and you're seeing how they're
Oh,
cooking
wow.
the stuff. And there's an area where you actually make some of the food with the locals if you want to.
Yeah.
Um, and you're going into the area, obviously, where the people are eating. It touched my heart. I think from everything I saw in India, the one that I went straight to my heart was there. Just seeing something like that on that scale. And
Yeah.
it's every day, 365 days a year.
Wow.
Um,
Amazing. Be thousands and
wow.
thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was something special.
It is.
That same day, we take you to the border of India and Pakistan.
Oh, yes. The
We
famous
take you
dance
over.
off, right?
There you go. Now, what's really interesting, um, if you're on the Pakistani side, it's not fun because there's like three
Oh.
people there. Okay. There's only like three people. The Indian side is full, like a
Uh,
baseball game, full.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
spectator sport thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then when they open up the gate, the Indians are getting crazy and stuff like, oh my gosh. Um, so it's for me, because I'm not Indian, I'm not Pakistani. So, it's not so much of I have a direct connection with it. For me,
Yeah.
just watching the people who are watching the show was
Yeah.
entertaining. You
Yeah,
know what I
right, right.
mean?
They really get into it,
And
huh?
so, yeah, exactly. That's right. So these are the kind of
Amazing.
things. You never have two of the same days on our tour in India. Every day is something very different from the last. So
Yeah.
we make sure you don't get bored on this kind of stuff. Um,
Now we're looking at the itinerary. There's no
you're looking at the
downtime.
itinerary.
This part looks boring at all. It all looks amazing. Yeah.
No. There's also Varanasi that we take you to. This is the most religious city in India.
Hmm. That's
Um,
saying.
yeah, it's one of the. I do want to say one of the craziest places I've been to. I would say there's one village in Sri Lanka and Varanasi are just for me the most like, oh my gosh, type of thing. Now, what makes Varanasi so different, crazy, whatever you want to call it, is the cremation ritual,
Oh.
where they're taking bodies from all over India and they're bringing these bodies to Varanasi
Hmm.
to cremate the body. And you can go there and watch the whole thing. We do advise our customers for okay, some people don't want to see it, and it's like it's not going to offend us any. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
it's
right.
there if you want to see it. Most people do. We
Mhm.
take them there. If not, we just go do something else. Um, we do strongly recommend that they wear a mask.
Yes.
Um,
I was wondering what the
but
respiratory effects.
yeah, exactly. But I had never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're just sitting there and watching this thing, and you're just like, oh my gosh, you know. And then there's the afterwards, there's the ashes, and they don't just release it into the river just yet because it's for them like a holy river type of thing.
Yeah. Ganges, is it?
Um, there you go, you got
Yeah.
it. They actually have a group of workers who are going through the ashes, and then you have a boss overlooking them. What they're looking for is gold because you know how people have the gold in the teeth.
Sure.
Ah,
So they're looking to extract the gold from the ashes before they let the ashes into the water. And then you got the guy overseeing them so nobody steals it.
All right.
So that's what happens
wow.
there.
Sorry, then.
They let and we do a boat tour that day
Mm.
to kind of show you the area. And then in the evening, they have that ritual. You know, that one was um, amazing. It's really where they're doing their prayers and you just all the lights and everything else. Um, Again, it's one of those things that you're not going to see it somewhere else.
No.
Yeah, very
And
unique.
just
Mhm.
the music and just the expressions and everything else. It's like even if it's not your religion, and for most tourists it's not, you still feel it. It's a very, very
Right.
strong feeling
The human
of
experience.
faith and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it really is. And how they're dressed and everything else. Um, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's a good one for sure.
Wow.
Um, we also take you to obviously the Taj Mahal.
Sure.
Um, everybody
Everybody.
wants to go there.
Yeah. Don't miss that one.
No, and we also take you to a theater show. Generally speaking, I mean, I'm not really a theater type of guy. This one was an exception because they did such a good job in explaining the history,
Hmm.
uh, and you don't get bored with it. You
Oh,
don't.
the
I
love
mean,
story that inspired it. Is that what they do?
they what?
They show the love story that inspired Taj Mahal then?
Exactly, and they tell you the
Oh,
whole
beautiful.
thing about
Nice.
the husband, and he did this to impress his wife,
Hmm.
and he was so crazy about his wife, and he did everything for her. He even tried building a second one, and we show you the ruins of where that second one was supposed to be before the son put the father in home arrest, basically,
Hmm.
Oh,
because he just yeah, because when the wife had died, he could never get over it, and
Yeah.
his throne was declining. He wasn't
Yeah.
focusing on building and making money. He was trying to take all that money and just build another one in her name, you
oh
Yeah.
know,
wow.
and that's yeah,
The
and that's where the
bankruptcy.
son
And how about early retirement?
yeah, and that's where the son said, "You're on house arrest, dude," and
Yeah.
they locked him up in a room and he could never leave it.
Mhm.
So
Oh, he was
yeah,
heartbroken.
Yeah, he's heartbroken. Yeah. But he's
yeah, he
spending all the
was.
money.
So
Usually wives only spend their money when they're alive. She was spending it all dead. Goodness.
well, my dad makes a joke about that. You know, some places in the world, you go there and they have these beautiful cemeteries and these tombs and
Hmm.
everything else. My dad says they spend more money on you when you're dead than you're alive, you know.
Right, right.
So
Yeah, it's a good
that's the
point.
Priorities.
priorities is right. So in the early morning, we take you to Agra and specifically the Taj Mahal. Um, and you're taking not just Taj Mahal, there's some other places in the area that are really worth visiting, and we make sure that
Oh, the
you
Noteworthy
cover the
Fort
stuff.
too, right?
The what? The fort. There you go, the Red
Yeah.
Fort.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
We're
And
struck by
there's
the
another one in Delhi.
architecture of India. Oh, every location has some great architectural
Something so unique.
thing to see, you know.
There really is. There really is. Delhi has also a Red Fort and other attractions
Right.
that we take you to. Um, each town kind of has its own unique thing. Um, and we kind of we kind of like balance it out, right? So if we only showed you architecture, if we only showed you
Right.
religious
Yeah.
temples and all that, you're going to get bored. It doesn't matter which country it is. So we make sure to kind of give you a blend of stuff like
Oh, great.
Kochi, which I told you guys earlier about. Remember, and I got to go to Kochi, and I said I'm on that same flight.
Mm.
We take you down there, which is basically Kerala area, which is
Way down
famous
south,
for its
huh?
tea plant down south. Yeah, so that's where the tea plantations are.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in a whole different environment, different food, different clothes.
Yeah.
There's a chocolate factory that we take you to. We're taking you to tea factories.
Right.
You're seeing gorgeous landscape. The
Right.
prettiest landscape in India, in my mind, is
Mm.
Kerala
Really?
for sure. Yeah, I've
Huh.
been to Goa. I've been all over. I've been north and south, east and west. Kerala has the best nature in my mind.
Wow.
The boat rides and everything else. So it's not only that. We even take you to this national park to see different
Okay.
animals.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know,
Well,
like,
wildlife too. It's amazing. Yeah.
yeah. Now there's a little trick with this stuff. A lot of the companies will not pay the extra money to put you on the better lines. So there's like lines 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's other ones like 8, 9, 10.
Hmm.
So if somebody doesn't do his homework or go with an ethical company, they're going to put you on a line that your probability of seeing wildlife is like 1 out of 10.
Oh,
Whereas if you
Oh,
pay more, then you're like at a 9 out of 10 type of thing,
oh, wow. Okay.
you know? So we're careful to put you on the ones where you have that 90% likelihood as opposed to that 10%, you know?
Yeah.
These are the kind of things that's not common sense. You got to go with
Difference. Yeah.
companies and,
yep.
and, and individuals who've been there, done that. They know the tricks and how to avoid them, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
get your
Um,
money's worth.
Yeah. You
Your
get
trip, get your trips worth.
good reviews, word of mouth afterwards. You do that. Mm.
Yep.
that's exactly right. Um, we talked about the architecture. For me, the prettiest cities in India, Udaipur, Jaisalmer,
Mm.
and then Jaipur. Those for me are like the three best. Jaipur, people know it because there's this like facade of a building um, that people love, but the fortress over there is gorgeous. It's
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous.
Great view from
Yeah.
that. That's the one with all the blue roofs out the
No,
town.
that's no, no, no. That one is Jodhpur.
Jodhpur. Okay. Get
Jodhpur.
just confused.
Yeah. So yeah, there's Jodhpur, Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Udaipur. In all most of that is in the Rajasthan area.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's one that's a little bit out more. It's the Jaisalmer. That one is in the west, and that feels very Arabic
Okay.
compared to the rest of India. For me, out of everywhere I went, Kerala and Jaisalmer were the ones that felt the most different.
Hmm.
Um, and it's got the most consistency of architecture because there's other places in India where you see like a pretty building, and then there's a couple ugly buildings, and then a real pretty one, a
Hmm.
couple ugly. Um, in Jaisalmer, it has the most consistency of historic buildings in
Okay.
the
Okay.
country.
So many
Um,
different
yeah,
eras
so
to
for me,
cover the architecture and different
Yeah, it's a
influences.
lot of it's all these different
Yeah.
influences.
Amazing
now
history.
most companies don't take you there. We do.
All right.
Okay.
And again, I think it's one of the prettiest cities in the country. And
Hmm.
it's also the gateway to their desert. And when you go to their desert, it feels like
Ah,
you're in Saudi Arabia or something.
yeah.
Wow.
And you watch some entertainment, you go camel riding over there.
Nice. Hmm.
You see, and again, you see how
Great.
different of an experience
It
this
is
is,
different.
as opposed to
Yeah.
just
You're surprised to
being
see that at
repetitive
a
every day.
camel ride in India. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Charlie, let me ask you something because we have clients that have, food allergies or certain is this something that could be accommodated or is it um like say somebody is celiac needs gluten-free or somebody is a vegetarian or something.
It's actually India's a lot easier than most countries, and for
Okay.
that specifically, because a
India's
lot of people there are vegetarians.
yeah.
A
Right.
lot of people are vegetarians over there. So, I mean, there's certain countries, they're meat eater countries, and they're loving lamb. And India, you get what you want. You can get vegetarian, you can get a huge variety of things, especially to the quality restaurants that we take you to.
Hmm.
Okay.
Um, People aren't required to go to those specific restaurants. they want to go elsewhere, we can because it's a private tour. The whole thing's private. The only thing that's shared is when you're in that national park,
Sure.
um, and you're, in the 4x4 with other travelers. But otherwise, it's private. So if you say, "Hey, no, I've read some reviews about a other restaurant, I want to go there," I mean, we're going to say no problem, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, but usually, most of the time, people they press their judgment with it. I've personally eaten at all these restaurants
Mm.
without exception, so I've used myself as the guinea pig to make sure they're good.
All right.
You know what I mean? Um, and I didn't get sick over there. I was perfectly fine. Just followed the rules, and I was all
Yeah.
good with it. So, um, the one that you talked about, the blue city, is Jodhpur.
Good.
Um, Udaipur, Udaipur. Probably with Jaisalmer, I would maybe say those two are equally pretty. They both,
Hmm.
I would say they're equally like the prettiest cities in the country. The fortress over there is for me the best one. But then they also got ones that are in the water that you can't go into, but you can
Oh,
still see it from
Mm.
outside. But they're beautiful to take photos of.
nice. Very picturesque.
So yeah, yeah, indeed.
And,
So that's
and
kind of
so neat. In regards to like how when it's action, not action packed, they're not like running through each location, but how many hours? Like it's a full day? Like start at
full
6,
day.
or how
No,
are
no,
the
no.
days too?
Typically 9 to 6. That's you know, it's not every day identical, but 9 to 6 or 10 to 6, that kind of thing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
people aren't all beat up.
No, no will wear you out.
Yeah, that's right. And it's easy enough for us to do that in India. Now, there's a few times where there's a flight in the morning, so we need you to get up earlier. When we got a flight.
Mhm.
Um, but aside from that, yeah, 9, 10 o'clock we typically start.
Okay. And then the in-city flights, it's only in-city flights. It's not train, correct?
No trains. So I mean, there's private transfers. So when you go from Delhi to Agra, you go all the way across. You've got your own escort driver going through several cities. Um, but of course, there's other parts of the country that we're going to need the domestic flight to get to. But yeah, there's in terms of train transportation, no, um, we don't really do it. There's a famous train in Sri Lanka, but India is not as famous for trains. There are a lot of domestic flights to get to.
Yeah.
That first one, remember I had said Amritsar. So
Yes.
usually you're gonna have to get from Delhi. So you're gonna have to buy one flight to Delhi and then get your luggage and then check into another flight to Amritsar. We figure all this stuff out for you. So you just
Great.
either ask us to buy the flights, or we just give you the information. You do it yourself. We just want to make sure you got the right flights. That's all we care about. Um, but there are a lot of domestic flights on this one. There's a total of, let me go here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Covering a lot of
There's
ground in this
7.
comment.
Yeah, there's 7 domestic flights,
Sure.
including on day one. But they're relatively short flights, a couple
Mhm.
of hours, that kind of thing. Um, Not bad at all. The only thing we tell people is if you got electronics, you have to take everything out, every wire, everything,
Mm.
um, or else they're not going to let you through. So just don't ever try to get away with it. I tried. You're never going to get away with it. Take out every wire, every power bank, everything. And as long as you do that, you're not going to have any problems. It's just a normal, um, security check, and then you just get on your flight. And an hour and a half or 2 hours later, you're at your next destination.
It's not so tough.
Yeah. And
No,
most
I mean,
people you recommend just carry on, or how do people pack?
no, I mean, you're on a 17-day tour, so I mean, we can cut it down. Some people don't have that much time, and we customize the tour. But, most people want to get India done in one shot, because it's really far.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, so it's like do it once, get it done right. Um,
Yeah.
but no, you've got your luggage, 20 kilos for domestic flights. It's not, it's a good size luggage. that's kind of how they do it. And then November through April is the most popular time of the year to go.
It's
Just so
monsoon
people, if you,
predated.
uh, yeah, you get a little bit of that. But November through April is your best bet in terms of good
Right.
weather. If you start going July, August, it's very hot, very humid, that kind of
Sure.
thing. Um, India, it gives you good value. It really does, especially with these hotels. Um, to have
Mhm.
hotels that affordable, and the quality they're giving you, you appreciate it. And I mean, the treatment that you get spoiled. You really do. And then when you just go back to a normal hotel, you kind of look around like, this is
What?
all I get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um,
Well, you're
I'm
spoiled
not
with
anything
good.
special anymore.
Yeah.
And
Um,
then could you talk a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes, like when folks, have us partner with you, how we coordinate with uh getting people set up for this trip?
well, 4 days before the tour begins, we provide you with an itinerary letter, and it'll tell you exactly what time every day to please be in the lobby and what to bring, where we take you, what time we recommend you have lunch. Um, we tell you what the popular restaurants in the area are. We tell you what time we get you back. So for the most part, you can shut off your brain and just have fun. There's
Nice.
Yeah.
nothing to really stress about. Everything's taken care of for you. Um, I've said it before. I'm your, I'm basically help you forget all your problems for 17
Mhm.
days.
Excellent.
So,
In that bubble for the
yeah,
most part.
yeah. I mean, if people are going to stress out, they might as well just go do it themselves, right? So,
Right.
just show up at the airport, um, and let us take care of everything from there. And
Yeah.
if India was such an easy country, I wouldn't have a job, right?
No,
You just
it's
kind of
not
show
that
up
easy.
there and just show up
I
and
would want to take
but
this approach.
it's no, I mean, there's stories of people just getting into a random taxi and they say, here's my five-star hotel, please take me there. And then the taxi driver will like drive 45 minutes out of the way and say, your hotel's been closed, it's not open, but here's another hotel that I recommend. You're like, I've already paid for this hotel type of thing.
Yeah. No.
Um,
Yeah, stuff like
yeah,
that will
We
not
don't need that
happen.
kind of trouble. Yeah.
no, you don't. I mean, that's why with us, you don't really get caught up in any of that drama or any of that. Um, you're
That's
in a
what's easy to
bubble,
sell to
and
customers. It's worry
yeah,
free.
yeah, that's yeah, worry free type of thing. The food at the restaurants that we take you to is absolutely delicious.
Mm.
Um, and just be careful how spicy. I can handle spicy food.
Yeah.
I'll never forget though. He asked me how spicy do I want the food, and I said, well, what are my options? And the guy said, he said, hot, hotter, and hottest. That's what he told me. So,
There's no mild at all.
and
Okay. Right.
and he said, but he said for you Americans, we'll do it very mild. And I said, you don't think I can hold my own?
No.
I said, I can do it like you guys can. I can do it like you. You sure?
Bold
I said, yeah.
words. Very bold.
I said, if you can do it, I can do it. So he's
Okay.
like, okay. So he brings me the food. I'm sweating my whole body. It's sweat. And the guy's just like, you know, but I'm not backing down because by the
Right.
time I'm done with
Right.
that meal, you're going to go back to your village and tell all your friends and family that Charlie the Traveler will not back down from the challenge. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're
Challenge
still talking about it.
That's impressive.
So,
I wouldn't dare.
What would you say is your favorite dish then? Or did you have any that really stood out?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I really like their cheese with the spinach and chicken
Huh.
together.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Yes, it's a saag paneer with chicken type of thing.
Right.
Um,
Some restaurants.
and then a lot of times you go into the South, especially, you don't know what these things are called. I mean, you just say, oh, it's chicken. But of course, there's
Mhm.
so much more to it than just that. One of my favorite restaurants is the one that we take you to in Delhi. It's a very famous restaurant. Everybody in Delhi knows that place.
Hmm.
So
Not less butter
we,
chicken.
you know,
Good stuff.
You know, we keep you safe. You know, and the people that we put you with are very professional. You know, they're gentlemen, and they do their job right. You know, and then sometimes when we only have solo travelers that are female, or we have a group of just female travelers, we try to provide them with all like female tour guides. Just because
Oh,
they'll have more fun. Like have a female guide with a bunch of
Sure.
women. Female customers. So these little things that we do as well, just to give
Yeah,
you
they
an
did that
even
flexibility.
better experience.
Everyone else does that.
and
Yeah,
and they'll have the same guide throughout all locations, or how does that work?
it varies, but more times than not, we provide different guides in different cities. So you are meeting a lot of people.
Hmm.
Nice. Okay.
You're meeting a lot of people, a lot of personalities. You don't get bored. Everybody's a little bit different from the last.
Hmm. And they have local
Um,
expertise.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but the one that stays with you for several days is when you go from Delhi to Agra and then you cut across, to that national park.
Hmm.
That male, there's different ones we have, but the driver's always male. Um, that individual's with you for several days, but taking you from place to place, you're going to have a different local tour guide.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, well, they're specialists in their area. Hmm.
Yep.
So the generalist.
Yeah, I,
Yep.
I
Boots on
really,
the ground.
I bonded very much with my escort driver. Um, just out of like respect, when you go to restaurants or whatever, they kind of want to give you your space. So that's just the default rule. Like when you take customers, like leave them alone, let them have their meal. But me personally, I don't really need personal space. I just say, come on, man, just sit with me.
Yeah.
Um, and let's talk, that kind of thing. So if you don't say anything, they're not going to. But in my case, every time I'd say, come on, sit with me. And even when I went on the camel ride in Jaisalmer, I said, come
Hmm.
with me, man. Let's do it together. Let's say, he was so happy with it.
Yeah.
Um,
You get a lot more that way too. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. But that's just a personality thing. Everybody's a little bit different with that.
Sure.
Same thing with the tour guides. Usually, when you're taken for lunch, they'll leave you alone, um, unless you like
Invite
explicitly,
them.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Are there any museums also included? Like art museums or anything, or not really? Or is that something? Because I noticed
Uh,
there's just, I didn't
yeah.
notice
So
it.
in places like Jaisalmer, there are some like house museums. We got displays inside there. A
Okay.
lot of the museum work are inside the fortresses,
Hmm.
Okay.
right?
Yeah. You
So
go to
these
fort.
fortresses have different areas. It's not um, forts, fortresses, palaces. So there's
Hmm.
different rooms, different areas. So certain areas will have more like objects and displayed, the guns, the swords, the clothes, right?
Hmm.
And then other parts of these palaces and fortresses and everything else, they're gonna have beautiful rooms, interior
Yeah.
design.
Okay.
Oh,
So
nice.
you
Okay.
do you do get that, but you typically get it within the palace structure.
Okay. Okay. I was curious about that because
Yeah.
there's so much there. I guess when in the States, I always associate a fort, one of these like Fort Barrancas, which is falling apart. You know what I mean? Like all these uh,
Actually, Brancos is in good shape. You're thinking of something else.
what the other one, the other forts, but you know what I mean? Like there's nothing really there. You just walk into this empty, there's nothing to, it's not like Hearst Castle, walking into Hearst Castle or
Yeah.
something.
It's all decorated and full of stuff. So you're in a good
No,
area.
within a lot of these fortresses, um, they have really good display rooms with weaponry and this kind of stuff. Um, it is pretty fascinating because you see a lot of stuff that you're not going to see elsewhere, and you're just like, oh
Right.
God, thank God I didn't live in that era. You know what I mean? They really just it's just like but now we got nukes, right? So it's not like we're any nicer now than before, but yeah, they had some pretty hardcore. A
Oh yeah.
lot of this stuff. They had like nails. Some of these like torture weapons that they had back in the day. Just like, oh man,
Wow.
just like
Wow.
You make that chicken masala wrong for the king. God, it's not going to be a pretty outcome.
Dang.
You're not going to get a bad review. You're going to be missing a hand, you know. Um,
Wow. Yeah, it's
I'm,
harsh.
I'm playing. Yeah,
Pretty hardcore.
I'm playing. A lot of this stuff just comes from people telling stories. We don't really know if this stuff's true, but especially when you get a bunch of people in the village, they got a lot of time to brew some good stories, and you don't know which ones are true.
Yeah.
But they sound cool. They definitely
Yeah,
sound
right.
very cool. So even if it's not true, you've entertained me for 30 minutes, so
Yeah,
we're all
exactly.
good. You know what I mean?
But yeah, even the true stories of Indian history are, I mean, there's a lot there. So much. So
A lot of
There is, and
battles.
then
yeah, I'm
there's the
military history buff myself, so there's a lot of that aspect for sure.
indeed, and the interior design of like the temples. Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
um, what a beautiful! One of the prettiest temples I've I've seen over there. It just absolutely blew my mind. So they did carvings, and they'd bring in these pieces of. They use a lot of marble in India. They use so much
Hmm.
marble actually because they have, yeah, Pakistan and India both have a lot of marble. Um, if you imported that kind of stuff here into the US, that thing would cost an arm and a leg, but they use it like nothing. Um, and they would carve things. And these are things where you can't make a mistake. Like you can't just use some cement and start over. So
Yeah.
you see so much of the stuff that they just did it perfect the first time around.
Wow.
And yeah, just no mistakes at all
Good
on it. And
artistry.
the pillars that they have and everything, it's just like how 500 years ago did you make structures this advanced, you know?
Right.
Um, but of course, it's not every building everywhere. But we take you to the best ones.
Sure. Of course. Only the best. That's right.
Only the best with
Yeah,
Charlie Stewart says.
that's it, girl. And then, of course, along the way, there's things that if we see something interesting, we'll kind of pop in. Um, there was some females, and they're doing some ritual inside their home. And I just, said, okay, let's go. We said hi, and they invited us in, and we're seeing them inside the house, and there was a kid in there, and they're singing together and doing the rituals together. So, I mean, these are the kind of reasons you're going to India. You
Sure.
you want that. You want to feel it. You want to see it. You want to experience it. You just want to be safe about it, and you don't want the drama. That's all. We get it. We know what you want. We give it to you.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Yep. That's what they're looking for. Yeah. Can't think of any better way to do it.
I just want to
Very
go for the
cool.
food.
Even the food. Yes, food's great, but my gosh, there's so much architecture, the
I know. There's
religions, the military history, the fortresses, the landscape, the wildlife. I mean,
well, I'm intrigued with the tea plantations. Like I
Darjeeling tea. Yes.
yeah,
Cool
I mean
stuff,
I've heard of them, but like I didn't know you could actually tour them. I thought that those
Chocolate
were,
factory too.
kind of not
Oh no, you're right.
not allowed.
No, you're right. You're right inside of it.
Tea country.
I mean, you're right there, and you'll see locals, farmers over there, and they're dressing in their traditional attire, um, and they're working there and everything. I mean, so no, it is the real deal. And when you get views of the stuff, Munnar is a place that we take you near Kochi, um, and that's where you get some of the best landscape. It's the whole Kerala, but Munnar is the area because Kerala is the province or the state. Munnar is like for me the best specific region for
Mm.
that. And Kochi, you fly into Kochi and all that. Kochi has these nets for fishing, and it's a old method of fishing. It was really fascinating. So you actually get on the boat with these guys, and you're helping them.
No way.
So you're you're
They
you're
put you to
pulling,
work.
you're pulling the rope. You go to work. Yeah, you're not just there to take photos. So um,
Oh wow.
And they actually do I can't remember now the name, but you have to like say the name. Oh, don't, and you kind of going back with screaming the names out. So you all work together as you're catching the fish. It's a very
Oh,
old way of catching fish over there, and it's done typically very early in the morning. So we give people the option if people want to sleep in, we let them sleep in. But a lot of people are like, no, no, I want to experiment. Sorry, I
yeah.
want to
You get a
experience
chance to
this.
do that.
It's so
Yeah,
unique. Yeah, so it's these unique experiences that excite me about booking these for our trip for our clients because it's like it's so unique.
Yeah. Where else are you gonna do that?
Yeah, it's
You
so
can sleep at
cool.
home. Shoot. Sleep on a
yeah.
flight back.
It's
That's a long enough flight.
Yeah. And generally, what type of flights do you most people because it's an 18-hour flight from Atlanta. So we usually have people come in a couple days early, or what do we recommend what do you recommend?
well, if somebody needs a pre-tour day, we bring this to 18 days. And then that first day, it's just you adjusting to the time difference.
Okay.
We provide that as an option. So some
Is it like
people
a city
don't
tour of
have that
Delhi
time.
though?
Hmm?
Yeah, there's a city tour of Delhi.
Oh, you have two of them, not one. So we
Ah,
do one. Yeah, yeah, there's actually a couple times that we do Delhi, and we take you obviously to different destinations both times.
okay.
So
Neat.
yeah, I mean we cover all of that. I mean, we there are some small places in India, very remote, where there's something very cute to see, but it's something cute to see for a couple of hours. So these kind of things we don't typically include in the tour just
Uh-huh.
because it's a lot of work, and we're already packing 17 days
Yeah.
with the best the country has to offer, and you're gonna make the effort to go there, and you're gonna see a lot, as opposed to
Yeah.
just something pretty for a couple of hours.
Right.
Yeah. And not just one, just not just the north.
Trying to hit the
We're
south too.
doing the south
I like
too, which is so unique.
yeah.
Most other tours,
Right?
yeah, this is way more
Subcontinent.
you
Amazing.
get a taste of you really get it. It's you should I think you should rename it to Real Taste of India or something.
There you go with your food focus
Oh,
again.
Okay, I'm going with the food focus again. Sorry.
More than
no,
just
there's a
food, but
restaurant
with
called
the food.
Taste of India. I think
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
there's a
right.
restaurant in Kerala. So I think
Yeah.
somebody already stole your idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Darn it. Yes.
Such a good
Um,
idea. Someone took it already. Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, it really is almost do it all with this tour.
Not leave
So
much on the table, huh? Packed.
No,
17 days packed.
nobody's going to get bored with it. I could tell you that much.
No, don't think so.
No, no.
This one should be an easy sell if you're interested in India at all. And as you said, it's a unique place, more traditional than any place you've ever been, you said. So I think this one almost sells itself.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah,
there's some
usually,
people that have done everything, and they
Yeah,
want something different. And
this is different.
this
Mhm.
is definitely different.
Mhm.
Indeed, indeed. I'm glad I excited you guys a little bit with
Yeah,
India. Next time I'm hoping we talk about Nepal, which is neighboring India. Um, it is I thought it would be very similar. No, it's a
really. Right
completely
next door.
different, yeah, next
Huh.
door, but completely different. And
Wow.
you wonder how it can be this different, um, just one country over, but it
Amazing.
is very different. Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks like a great time. And as you said, you answered all the objections someone might have or any concerns they might have. Talking about the bubble, you secure them and you take care of all the logistics worries. The food and water, you make sure are safe. And yeah, anything, the reservations people might have had, I think, are allayed by the way this is set up.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I love about yours because I know,
Some people will ask these questions.
yeah.
India, it's kind of dirty. Is the water safe? There'll be a lot of people crowded on me, that kind of thing.
Well, maybe in the airports they might have people crowding in on them,
Airports
but
are airports
yeah,
everywhere.
that's it's an experience,
Yeah.
tell people to embrace it.
Yeah, you use a nicer word than I do in the airports. You call it crowding in. I call it the spooning, the word that I used earlier.
It's a little too close for comfort. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Different cultures have
yeah,
different
after a
ideas
while,
of personal space.
after a while, you kind of give up. You're like, all right, man, just have your fun. What can I tell you? You know, I give up. You know,
Yeah.
Do they take long meals, Charlie? Like, are they leisurely meals or is it like, um,
typically an hour and a half. So we try
okay,
every day to get you in for lunch at 12. And then at 1:30 is when the tour guide will come back and you continue the tour. So you'll
okay,
typically go 10 to 12 touring, 12 lunch to 1:30. 1:30 you're picked up till about 6, 5:36. Then we get back to your hotel. Um, India doesn't have a lot of nightlife. So it's not so much a country of like going out in the nighttime and partying and all this kind of stuff. Um,
Hmm.
the good news though is we put you in such nice hotels. People want to enjoy their hotels. A lot of the hotels provide the entertainment, the
Okay.
music, that kind of thing. So you're staying in a very nice hotel. You want to enjoy the food there at the hotel.
Yeah.
Because usually the hotels for dinner, that's like the best place to have dinner.
Okay.
And then they're providing the entertainment, and you're fine with it because we keep you busy all day, and you're back at your hotel. You're relaxing. You've got the music there and entertainment. So it's a good balance. We know when to
Mhm.
get you back and when to keep you outside.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're not so exhausted too. You got time to decompress and then just relax
Just
and get
chill.
ready, chill, get ready for your next day, your next
Yeah,
adventure,
exactly,
next Charlie
exactly.
adventure.
Which will be different from the day before, deliberately.
Exactly. Yes.
Excellent. Yeah. No boredom.
Cool.
No,
You get
no slack in the schedule. Huh?
Yeah. No, I'm
No
just
time
so
to rest, but no
impressed.
slack in the schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think when people actually hear about um, these topics we're discussing and these stories that we share, um, they start saying, well, maybe I should give India a chance. You
Yeah.
know, um, it, it
People might
it
not have
deserves a
considered it
lot
before.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
Some
approach
people,
you
because
take to it, you might consider it when they wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah, because it's a unique approach.
Mhm.
But it's beautiful how your how your tour company embraces it on a deeper level. It be with the high touch as well as I know I can trust you with my people and with my clients.
Mm.
That to me
That's everything.
that is the most important thing is I trust you that you know your folks are going to take good care of my people.
Mm.
thank you. This is very, very, very nice words. I will still know how to respond to it. Thank you.
I know you won't come after him with a baseball bat. You will take care of him. So.
Well, I might
Be a
still one of
cricket bat
those
in India.
Yeah.
torturing. I'll still one of those torturing devices from the museums that we take you to. Um,
Oh, that's right. He's got the
you,
expertise
You
you
now.
ever
miss your
see one?
flight, yes.
You, you, I say, Danny, you ever see one of these things before, huh? Um, say hello to my little friend over here.
I've got centuries of expertise in torture.
Um, in regards to like when people do their little day trips, do you recommend people bring like little backpacks or for snacks and stuff or is that like frowned upon in India?
You and your food.
I
I
know.
mean,
I'm always
I I always wear a backpack. I always have a backpack with me, but that's not specific to India. That's just pretty much anywhere I go.
Sure.
I want to have some water inside there. I
Mm.
want a power bank for my phone, just so I never stress that I'm going to run out of battery. Um,
Yeah.
so having a backpack is good. You have your hat there, your glasses, all that.
Very good.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I could do that for Disney. All right.
Yeah, I do that for
First.
Disney and Universal, so
Yeah.
I have my little backpack.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And
Even
what I
for there.
recommend for people is when they first get to the airport, um, I recommend that you get some money out of the ATM and then you take that money to where they exchange money. because the ATM is going to give you bigger notes. You want to break this thing down to the smallest note possible.
Oh,
So you
okay.
go there and you try to say, hey, can you please give me small notes, and push them to give you just as much small as possible, until you really just have nothing but like what's equivalent to like dollars. Because you're going to want to tip people, and you know
Mhm.
it's hard to get change in India. It really is. So you've got the airports, and then you got the hotels. So whatever the airport doesn't do for you, when you get to your hotels, ask them to do the change for you. So, the
Hmm.
bellboys, they're always taking your luggage to the room for you. They spoil you, like I had said earlier. So you want to give
Yeah.
these guys a little something. Have that small change on you. Um, yeah,
Okay. Good tip. Yeah.
Yep, very good tip. Like
and
that.
they're very appreciative too, even when you give like equivalent to, it's like a couple of dollars. Very, very, their gestures and just responses very humble.
Yeah.
They treat you nice.
Hmm.
They do, especially at the hotels. That is the
Hmm.
I mean, like, not at every one, but at some of them, like you come up and the guy's waiting there and he just opens the door for you and just like um he just almost, and then they're so well dressed and, hi sir, how are you? They grab your luggage. You come in, they give you something to drink, have a seat, here's this. It's just like, gosh, this
Nice.
is
Maybe
this
she
is the high
deserves.
life for you.
Yeah.
Then we have to come back home.
Yeah. Back to
Man.
reality. Huh?